What's up, Big Bird Nation? It's your boy Big Bird here. Right now it is 2:44 here in Springfield, Ohio. Um, I'm kind of pumped. I'm excited. Um, I've been having a little bit of thought on the whole YouTube thing. I'm getting better at it. I love you guys. Today I'm going to tell you a story about my imaginary friend. Well, he wasn't really imaginary when I was little. Everybody saw him, except for the parents. The parents didn't see him at all. Um, um, so we're gonna start off when I was about 4 or 5 years old. Um, so one day, uh, I went outside and my friends were like playing with somebody. I don't. They're like they're three friends. Three friends. Kyle, Brett, and Austin. And Kyle had a little boy, which a little brother. I'll get that at the end of the video. So I went outside. I was living on Washington Street at that time. So I went outside and my friends were playing with somebody. I'm like, oh, well, it sounds fun. It looks fun too. And of course, I was little and I had the mind of a fucking, excuse my mouth, but I had the mind of a 1-year-old. Still had my imagination and stuff like that. So, so I went out there, I was playing, and all of a sudden, this black figure popped up. It had no face. It had a trench coat, a long trench coat with a top hat. Well, it wasn't like a real fancy top hat. It was like a red top hat, and the trench coat was red. So I went out. I was like, okay, must be my imagination then. So uh, I went on with it, and I was like, I'm having fun. So, um, and what the figure did was lift up my friends, like maybe 5, 10 inches off the ground. You can see underneath their feet, and I'm starting to think this isn't like normal. And so next, the figure picked me up. It picked me up by underneath my arms, underneath my armpits, and I was having fun. And so next day, I came home from a race. It was nighttime and everything, and I'm like, I was like maybe 7 years old, and my imagination was still there. Um, so I was like, all right, Grandpa, can I at least play for a little bit until maybe 8 o'clock? He said, okay, fine. So he went inside the house. The two friends were there, and that was Kyle and Austin. Now, Kyle believed everything he saw, and it wasn't a good thing. And so they're just standing there. One was like right here, another one was in front of them. And so Kyle looks at me and says, "He's here." I'm like, "Who?" And he's like, "The devil." And I could just like see that something wasn't going right. So I'm even getting goosebumps even telling this. So out of nowhere, the guy pops up. Out of the ground, he pops up. And he picks up Kyle, like I said before, he picks him up about 5-10 feet off the ground and lets him down. Easy, no one got hurt and everything. So I'm like, all right. So I started playing with the guy and the figure, and the weird thing is that you can't see the figure's face until he gets mad. When he gets mad, his face, oh my god, man, I'm getting so, it's, whew, I'm getting goosebumps even, oh, ugh. Um, so, so, he picks me up, and I'm having fun and everything, and for some reason the figure got mad, and so he came after me. Once he stepped towards me, my eyes went completely black. I couldn't see nothing. I could hear stuff. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't feel anything. And about maybe 5 minutes later, I woke up. I don't even know if I was asleep or knocked out or anything. I woke up in the middle of the street. My friends weren't around. It was dark, and my mom comes running out in the street and says, "Brent, what are you doing?" And he's like, I was like, "I don't know." She's like, "Stop playing, come on, let's get in the house, let's go." So next day, I was walking. No, I was not the next day. The next year, I haven't seen this figure until the next year, and and so I was walking home from the bus stop from school, and this is a part of the story that's sad. I was walking home from school, from the bus stop, and I see paramedics, police, fire truck, and I didn't know what was going on. And across the street lived my friend Kyle. Like I said, he had a little brother, and his little brother was about 5, 6 years old. I don't know. I can't remember. But he was about 5 or 6 years old, and I walked over. My friend Kyle was like sitting there on the porch crying with his mom. They're grieving everything. I'm like, "What's wrong? What happened?" And so, and so, Kyle and his mom was like, "He's dead." I said, "Who is?" And he's just repeating, "He's dead, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead." So I'm like, all right. So I turn around, I go like this. I open my eyes, and down the street, I see that man, the same figure, in a red trench coat, red top hat. And I couldn't really see if it was like the actual person, the actual figure, or if it was just a person looking at the scene to see what happened. So I turned back around. I said, "Who's dead, Kyle? Who's dead?" He said, "My little brother. He killed himself." I'm sitting here thinking in my head, how does a 5-year-old kill himself? Now, I told this story to Cyrus the Virus, and he told me that a devil can a devil can convince you to kill yourself, or you can actually do it yourself, one or the other. And so hold on. And so I'm like, oh, wow. I'm sitting there thinking on the porch, I'm about to cry. And so I'm like, wow, this is a what? This is a wild. And so the next year, in the next 2 years, my friend Kyle is out in the same alleyway that we had like we had played, and hold on, and we played in that same alleyway, and and it's so hard to tell this story. We played in that same alleyway, and Kyle and Austin were standing there, like, just breathless, and we're sitting there talking and stuff, and we're like, wow. Kyle's still crying. He was grieving about it still. And so, out of nowhere, the same figure pops up, and he's still dressed in the same clothing. He's all black from the toes down up, and so and what's beside the figure shocked the hell out of me. It shocked me to death, and it was Kyle's little brother. And the figure had his hand on his shoulder like this.